welcome back to another workshop vlog. It has been a while since the last one, but there's actually a reason for that. Reason is I have so many personal projects going on at the moment. I just can't keep up filmmaking. Seriously, you might have seen in my latest upload schedule that I just can't produce many videos in the last time. I have them all video captured, so many projects, but I just can't edit them at the moment. And reason for that is because I'm going to move into our newly built home. We are still pretty lucky in regards to the economy and the whole situation that we have at the moment with the lumber prices and all the other resource prices and things not being there on time. And yeah, our house is done at the end of November, and I'm building almost all the furniture except for the kitchen for our new home. And there's a lot of stuff to build in a home, and this is why I have been really busy. But all the projects that you are going to see here today, I'm going to give you an overview over everything, will be shown in many videos. And those builds that I'm doing here are some of the most technical ones that I have ever done. Building cabinets, building dining tables, welding my own table base and the like, using epoxy as a see-through part for a showcase and all of that stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot I'm doing at the moment, and I'm doing pretty well. Been working for the past 4 months, I suppose, on everything, and I'm going to give you an overview of how far I've gotten, what projects I'm doing at the moment, and so on and so forth. And I hope you're going to enjoy this new workshop vlog. And we are going to begin with the very first piece that I have here. Well, that looks like a huge river table, right? I mean, if I show it to you, looks like a huge river table, but it's pretty see-through. I think you can see me. This right here is French walnut that you can witness. It has both been from the same piece, and I just halved it, put them on opposite sides and filled it up with darkish blue epoxy. This has been inked and tinted using just printer ink. A separate video on that topic. It's amazing. It's so cheap, but such wonderful colors can be achieved with printer ink. Actually, this project went south so fucking much. I have wasted $300 of epoxy on this project. And this is also gonna be a whole separate video. I had to destroy the whole epoxy that I had lying in here before. It was terrible, it was devastating. My day was actually fucking ruined when this happened, and I hope I'm never going to do such a mistake again. Separate videos on everything if you're curious. Now, what could you use this right here for? This is for the aforementioned showcase. I'm building a huge TV unit with several low boards and just a regular board at the very top where you can put stuff on, and also hanging cabinets. And this right here is going to be 2 of the doors. I'm going to divide this in half, then I'm going to make it into a matte finish such that you can see through just a tiny little bit, and it's going to be an LED backlight cabinet with see-through doors made from epoxy. And the idea for this actually came from Black Forest Wood Co., because they do this from time to time and it just looks absolutely gorgeous. And this is in combination with the TV unit. I'm going to show you a bit more of the TV unit. Remember, this right here is French walnut that I was using. Now, here are the promised cabinets, and they are mostly done. There's not much more to do, just a bit of sanding, getting rid of glue squeeze out, giving it a bit of a chamfer here, and finishing with Rubio monocoat. They look fairly decent for the cabinets. I created those using dados and rabbits. They actually turned out quite nice. It was my first attempt next to the low boards that I'm going to present here soon on cabinets. And they are pretty much them square, so I got really lucky this time around. Or skillful, I should rather say. So there are actually 2 types of cabinets here. We got the ones with 2 boards in the middle. Those are going to be for the showcase cabinets. Same with the one in the back. And then we got 2 with 3 boards in the middle with 3 layers. And yeah, those are not going to have the see-through showcase door. They are going to be sealed off with American walnut. And this wood that I'm using here is actually maple. It doesn't look like maple, I know, but this is so-called spalted maple, so it has been left to rot outside and then dried at the perfect moment. And it's also so-called ambrosia maple. Finding ambrosia and spalted maple out there. Ambrosia, by the way, is where a bug was crawling through and leaving its marks, and this leaves a decoloration of the wood. But finding wood like this is nigh impossible, and I got so lucky with my sawmill of trust, and yeah, I got it for a cheap price. In normal case you would pay hundreds upon hundreds of dollars for such a wood, and I paid such a cheap price because the guy Frank, he's such an amazing bastard. Thank you for such great wood and such great deals. Yeah, so they turned out really nicely. I can't complain about those cabinets, and I can't wait to finish those off. But if you're wondering how they are going to look once they are finished and what it looks like with the American walnut at the front and what I'm going to add, we are going to proceed to the next room where I'm going to show you the low boards that are already done. Pretty much. Oh goodness! That wasn't planned to a full extent. I wanted to catch myself once dropping. This didn't work out very nicely. My little bourbon moth woodworking cameo failed miserably. Doesn't it look quite nice? I mean, that is amazing. And the coolest thing about what I have created here is that nearly all pieces are book matched, meaning all the wood that I have resawn, I have folded it to the outside, and it looks like you take a look at the pages of a book, very symmetric on this axis. And it just looks absolutely fabulous. The Rubio Monocoat just gives it a great matte finish, and it just looks sexy as fuck, seriously. And the front, the front parts, they are made of American walnut, as mentioned before. And we got drawers here. This was the first time me installing drawers, but it worked. Just look at that, even soft close if it were to work out. Now it doesn't work. Oh yeah, now it works. Need to fix up a tiny little bit of stuff still. And those right here are just regular ones that you can drop down. There are still feet missing. I still need to add those. This is why I said they are almost done. And since I'm creating the furniture for my home, I was paying closest attention to cable management later in the game. It's for a TV unit, so I need to have cable management, meaning the part at the back is actually hollow and you can put cables behind here and you don't have a weird distance from the wall. Yeah, just turned out very nicely. This is the second part of the low board, and the low boards are actually also book matched to the parts here at the front, and they are actually going through. If you take a look at the crane here, this was from one board, and I was paying a lot of attention to detail on these parts, and I think it really paid off. It really paid off, and it just improved my skills as a woodworker to build such cabinets. They are turning out quite nicely. I am pretty proud of myself, gotta say so myself. Now to the next project. Let's go over to... No, we are going to stay in the living room, and I'm going to show you the dining table that I'm working at. Now, ladies and gentlemen, the dining table is the big Chungus. This thing, I can barely lift it on my own. If you remember my old workshop vlog where I have bought this huge amount of walnut wood from Frank once again, my sawmill boy of trust, I was actually telling you guys that I would create some kind of book matched table. I actually went with a different route and decided to go with a point symmetric table with a spicy wooden 69. If I could turn it around, then I could show you what I mean, but we got a huge epoxy river in the middle, 25 kilograms of epoxy, so roughly 500 euros worth of epoxy. Dollars to be more precise. And also the steel base has been welded by a local guy over here, and I was helping him a tiny little bit. Also, I already installed a C-channel, so all that's really left to do is to finish off the live edge and to sand and to finish overall with Rubio Monocoat. I'm nearly done. There's not much more to do with this dining table. Let me see if I can actually lift it up. I was able to lift it onto the table, so I'm pretty certain that I'm going to be able to lift it upwards a tiny little bit to show you guys what the 69 is actually looking like. There's such a mess here on this table, but I'm so out of space at the moment due to all the projects. It's a bit terrible. It's a bit terrible. Let me see. Oh my fucking god. It's heavier than I thought it was, than I remember. Oh my goodness, I actually did it. I actually did it. This right here is the dining table. And it's already pretty roughly routed on the top, but this is gonna be done pretty soon. And it's easily done using my bed sander that I bought from Festool. So yeah, looking pretty spicy. That's a weird ass river, especially due to the branches that we've got here and there. But you see, this is what I mean by wooden 69. Now I need to drop it down somehow. Oh goodness, please, oh god, spare me. Oh, my head. There was, ow. Were you even able to see that? That was kind of comical or not. Depends on your point of view and what you think is comedic. But it's still my bench stocks. That's great. Yeah, that's my dining table. Let me show you the base. This over here is the base, and I'm using it as as a table right now. This right here is going to be the downside of the base, so which is going to stand on the floor, and the base overall looks like a V shape, and I thought it's just going to give this whole table a very nice accent, just making it look not very buff at the very bottom, but having just a huge tabletop overall. Let me give you a different angle. You see this right here is the V base, and it has been powdered with a matte black finish. Now there are also other things that I have built in the last time, like this minimalistic wardrobe that was inspired by 4 Eyes Furniture. It's already a bit dusty because I created this one like 2 months ago or something, but the base has been created using black walnut, and the layers that we got right here, they are made from spalted apple. And we also got this bench over here. This bench, maybe you remember from like seriously long ago. I bought a piece of olive wood, which I'm using as the seating area, and the base that we got here is made from Amasa koi. This is the first time I actually used it in a structural build, not for decoration or anything. It was hell. It was hell to work with it because it's one of the hardest wood that you can find in the world. Other than that, one thing that you might remember from a different video is over here, this coffee table. The one that I created from spalted beech, and also with an epoxy river in the middle, still looking pretty damn fresh. Yeah, so watch the video on that, link down there in the description. If I got any other videos out, then links to all of those down there in the description. And this is as far as that is concerned. Now let's go over to the bathroom stuff. So when it comes to the bathroom items, I haven't gotten very far yet. I got the mirror that I'm going to put into the guest bathroom. Looking pretty fine. It's just a live edge river mirror. At the back it looks like this. I still need to create a French lead system to hold it in place once done, but that worked out very nicely. The wood, if you're wondering, is pear tree, and this is from the pear tree that I have shown you in previous workshop vlogs, which I have sawn on my own in a sawmill, which I was trying in the past few months. So it's actually already ready to use, and I'm using it at the moment. Because we are not done yet with the pear wood, and we are still in the guest bathroom. A pear wood top, which is going to have a walnut cabinet, European walnut cabinet at the bottom, but I haven't gotten farther yet. This is also a piece of pear, and I have broken it in half on purpose because I was using golden epoxy. I know it sounds weird to use golden epoxy, and it doesn't sound like it has any applications in regular woodworking whatsoever, but it's actually working here. I don't know if you are familiar with the Japanese art of basically gluing broken things together using gold, and this is what it's inspired by. And this is going to be the live edge top, and it's going to have a walnut cabinet down there at the bottom, and it actually looks absolutely fabulous with the golden epoxy. And this is from the pear wood. There was actually a structural reason or technical reason why I have broken it in two, because this board was mostly to my liking out of all the boards that I had at the top, but it was heavily bowed. And if I wouldn't have broken it in half and glued it together using epoxy, I wouldn't have been able to use it, because then it would just be like a millimeter thick. So yeah, there are actually reasons for what I'm doing, and this turned out quite nicely. You just have to think outside the box sometimes when doing woodworking. And with epoxy you have so many things you can do. Now let us go into the main bathroom, and I haven't gotten very far with that yet. The main bathroom is going to be created using ash, olive ash, and I am in the midst of working on that. I am resawing a lot of olive ash at the moment, and this is what I'm going to create all of the stuff for the upper bathroom from. It looks quite nice. Maybe you remember this right here was part of the slab duo that I was using on the dining table build quite a while back here on the channel. Check out the video, link down there in the description. But the real feature, so the olive ash isn't the beautiful thing here for the main bath. The beautiful thing is the Wenge that I was using. This right here is a really expensive top made from 3 pieces of Wenge, and just look at the detail. Is it just me, or is it looking kind of fake? Do you see that? I have woven some maple and also padauk into the whole thing. This is the red strip that you can see here. And I think Wenge and also olive ash go together so nicely. Just take a look at that combination and don't tell me that this is looking ridiculously cool. And this is what the main bathroom is going to be made of. I already have the rough plans in mind, and I just need to sit through all the resawing, and the resawing is the most terrible thing about all of the projects that I'm doing here. So many man hours went into resawing boards. You just get a mental breakdown when resawing for 70 hours straight. It's ridiculous. You seriously get a Schaden in the head, as you would say in German. And those were mostly all the projects. I still have one to show you, a pretty cool one. Now actually I wasn't done with the living room yet, because there was one thing still missing for the for the TV unit. And maybe you can guess what this is going to become. It has the same color as the see-through glass for the showcase. And yes, obviously, it's going to be a clock. A 50 centimeter diameter wall clock made from see-through epoxy, which is going to be finished in a matte finish. I'm sorry, my throat is tickling. And also from Mappa or Poplar Burl. I think it's Poplar Burl. And this Poplar Burl looks ridiculous. This is like the big Chungus of Poplar Burl. Just take a look at that. I can't wait to finish it further and to show you guys more of this project. Actually, flattening those two is the only last thing I would like to do for today. So yeah, I gotta get back to work. Other than that, I hope you did enjoy this little overview and what I'm doing at the moment. There's way more to come. You will never really be done with furniture. I need a huge table for the outside. I need just furniture for my future children and all the other stuff. There's still so much other furniture that I would like to create for my home. So I'm not gonna be done in due time. It's gonna take me quite a few more months to create everything, but that is the fun of woodworking. And at the very end, I'm going to have everything customized in my new home, and it's just going to look gorgeous as fuck with the best wood I could find out there. And I hope you did enjoy what you have seen today, and if you want to stay updated with the channel via the workshop vlogs, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch all the other episodes of the workshop vlog. Hey, I got a bit more silicone. Whee! Woo! Silicone! And yeah, other than that, Also subscribe to the channel for more DIY projects if you're interested in that. And until next video, I wish you guys a flammable day. See ya!